Snipes has him set right in the target. Sights are there, but Anderson recovers, Dunstan Anderson, to make the play. But boy, Snipes, he's been there. He just hasn't been able to wrap up on a few occasions.
Anderson was a quarterback and a receiver when he first went to Tulsa.
Yeah, when he was what? When he was about 10 years old? I mean,
he got an early start in college.
He's pretty good. He's a pretty big guy. He's 6'4", 270.
He was a big quarterback and receiver.
I guess.
Gulliford returning for Winnipeg, and he's close to midfield. Only have 3 points since early in the second quarter. They had a 13-0 lead after quarter number 1. Got an early field goal in the second quarter and just 3 points since then. McDougall for Winnipeg on first down near midfield. No flags down and some tight coverage there. Boyko was the intended receiver. Coverage by Derek Greer. Believe that?
And if I don't, Les made me believe it. But Derek Greer's a good one, and so is Don Robinson.
Second and 10 for Kevin McDougall and the Blue Bombers. Here comes a little heat. McDougall on target, has a first down. Eric Gulliford gets inside the 40.
Does a nice job here. Good pattern. Get the push on Gary Lewis, and now just settle down and make sure they catch. That's key for the Bombers right now. I mean, they've struggled catching the football tonight, so just secure it and worry about all the good things that may happen after that. Make sure you catch it first.
Gulliford is just back in action after missing 2 weeks, having his knee scoped. On first down, McDougall to his right. Just got it away. And Myron Wise continues to get a pass.
Pressure from
in headlines, is he?
You know what? Look to the right of your screen. We'll try and freeze it and see what happens. Right here. There's Jesse Small. They don't get the block. There's Blaze Bryant. And you watch the end of this play, what happens. Jesse Small gets up off the ground. I mean, this is something those linemen practice. Ooh, and you saw that. He just took. Yeah, let's take a serious shot.
Concussion. This is obviously very serious stuff. Jesse Small applied the pressure. Ken Austin, who's not healthy at all, is in at quarterback for Winnipeg now. Dean Lytle.
Calvin Tiggle has been all over the field, and once again he is there to meet Dean Lytle in the hole.
Kevin McDougall groggy on the sidelines. They're obviously checking for a concussion there. Westwood was in for a field goal just moments ago. A bad hold, and he shanked it. Cameron will try and spot it here at the 42. And this one is on target. So the Bombers continue to close the gap on the Hampshire. Look at these numbers, gentlemen. 26 minutes, the time of possession, with the Bombers poised for a comeback win, but still trail by 4 points as we begin the fourth quarter on a rainy night at Ivor Wynn. That play was whistled down. The indication is against Winnipeg. Offside.
Offside. Winnipeg, number 44. Still first down.
First down, repeated, 5 yards to go.
Katie Williams got an early start. He's been effective tonight. Has his 4th interception of the season. However, that was deep in Winnipeg territory and didn't lead to any Blue Bomber points, but it did slow down the Tiger Cats a bit. It'll be 1st and 5. Hamilton Ticats at their own 40-yard line. Winfield, no catches tonight, split to the near side. Cavillo goes to the far side of the field and has Jason Phillips stepping out of bounds. A yard or 2 shy of the first down. He only needed 5. That's his first reception of the ball game. 55th of the season.
Wow, what Hamilton tries to do. Look at this. The I formation out here. And one guy goes up to try to clear everybody out, and then, you know, Jason Phillips just kind of hangs around there. And when everything's cleared out, now there's nobody around him. That's a pretty interesting looking play, but that's, you know, you use I formation. Usually you think of that in the backfield, but receivers sometimes line up that way to create a little confusion, and Hamilton did.
Phillips bailed out a yard shy. This is 2nd and 1. Early movement from Winnipeg. Play again. Whistle down. Is that KD again? KD Williams, but that
procedure. Hamilton, 13.
Now you be the judge. Did Patterson move? I mean, I have yet to see it. I don't know about that.
6 yards to go.
Sure, walked out of his stance. Winnipeg mostly with 12 penalties.
2nd and 6 for the Tiger Cats now. Cavillo had the big lead early. Into the 4th quarter now. The option. Saunders can't turn the corner. Running is
Revenge on Williams. He's still trying to figure that penalty out.
low snap for Osbaldiston. Eric Gulliford stands up near the 30 and moves up.
Well, I want to see how fast he can get him up here. Now, he says he's got quick delivery. We're going to check this out. I don't know. I don't think he can.
Action on the field. Blue Bombers trailing by 4, first down at the 32. Austin at quarterback. And he makes contact with Shannon Baker out across the 40 to the 45-yard line.
Baker with the reception.
Well, now listen. I don't know about yours. Mine tastes pretty.
Terrific service. Blue Bombers with a first down. Austin at the controls now. Markers are down. Austin is on target. Gulliford, Justin Ring. This one may be coming back. Holding the indication against Winnipeg. Great fries.
Whoa.
Holding against the Bombers.
Holding. Winnipeg, number 57. First down repeated.
First down repeated.
Left tackle Brett
20
McNeil.
yards to go.
Well, you know, it's a shame. Winnipeg has really fought their way back into this game, but I mean, some just awful penalties are hurting them here as we begin the fourth quarter. And you look back to Blaze Bryant's roughing penalty and now a holding penalty, first and 20. I mean, this is tough.
Austin. A one-hopper.
Austin's pass goes incomplete.
Myron Wise has had a tough night. That wasn't his fault.
You know what he's saying, and he's dead on. He's saying to Myron Wise, come back to the football. Every receiver, I mean, you know, you're going to get a good look at it. If you just stay, here's Myron Wise. When he runs the hook, he stays there. You got to keep working back towards the quarterback, and that's what Austin, and he'll tell you. See this? He stops. And if he works back to the quarterback, he makes the catch. And you watch what Ken Austin does. Come back. Come on. You betcha. He's right.
Bombers facing 2nd and 20. Austin goes back to the shotgun. Markers are down. Austin has to go over the middle to Lytle. Him and Eimer win. This one against the Bombers. Procedure call.
That's penalty number 14. That's I don't even name who's doing it.
Who'd you see?
I didn't see anybody, but you know, this is tough on a team. I mean, you struggle, your defense has kept you in, and all of a sudden you got 14 penalties to try and overcome. And a poor special team night. That's a lot.
Ken Austin did not start the ball game. Kevin McDougall did. Austin is in relief now. Looking deep. Myron Wise. Tight coverage. Robinson. Number 9, Don Robinson made a nice defensive play. It's not Myron's night.
No, and you know what? Myron Wise has had an opportunity tonight to be a hero in this game, and you know, he just hasn't been able to handle it. They pick up the stunt nicely. Watch the left side of your screen. They got a loop. There goes Campbell to the outside. A good pickup by Walby, and that allows Austin. And essentially, this is a good throw. Wobbs a little bit, and I'm not so sure Don Robinson didn't make contact a little bit early there, but he got away with it. I think worthy to note that, I mean, Ken Austin, we talk about shoulder problems. He injured a slightly separated shoulder a week ago, but it is his left shoulder, and obviously not his throwing arm, or he wouldn't be in.
But he certainly can't take much heat.
No.
Cameron's kick on 3rd down. Rogers calls for it. Away from one. And another, but it's going to be difficult.
And special teams mistakes, I mean, that is a heck of a lot.
But the Bombers are still in this game, trailing by 4 with lots of time remaining. Over 10 minutes to go as Cavillo goes over the middle to his favorite target, McCody. It'll be a first down, Ticats at the Winnipeg 41. This guy has been the big play guy all night long.
Well, and Anthony Cavillo has recognized that too. I mean, Winnipeg has not been able to handle Matt Cody all night long. I mean, nobody is really close to him there. Darius Watson now is trying to cover him, and he wasn't really close at all.
Fifth catch for 132 yards, including a 56-yard touchdown in the opening quarter.
That's a big night. 5 catches, 136.
On first down, he goes the other way. This time to Jason Phillips, breaks a tackle. Jason Phillips streaking to the end zone, cut from behind inside the 15. Shannon Garrett missed.
You're right. Shannon Garrett had a chance to make a tackle for little or no gain. Juke to the outside, and Shannon Garrett comes up empty, and boy, Jason Phillips, did he put it in high gear there.
It's a 4-point ball game at Iverwin Stadium in Hamilton. Ticats threatening to add to their lead as Cavillo looked to the goal line. Cody couldn't squeeze it that time. Frears was over covering, and also one other Blue Bomber on Cody that time. Darius Watson, I believe.
Well, I would think right now, I mean, the Ticats have a lot of weapons in that receiving core, but I think you may want to walk out somebody and, you know, maybe put a bump or a nickel back in to put a little extra bump on Matt Cody, because he is the guy that's really hurt them. Nobody else really has.
2nd and 10. Ticats at the Bomber 13. Cavillo. Look for Earl Winfield, and that draws a flag, or at least there's a flag down in the area. So that'll leave it up to Ozzie. Paul Osbaldiston good on 4 of 5. Missed the long one. No problem at this range at all. The game story for advantage.
The game story, I think, might be this. I mean, this has been going on since we kicked off.
Austin, one fake, and then goes to Boyko, who drew double coverage down there. Greer was in the area. So was Gary Lewis.
You know, and that's time, but this guy has been hot. That's 5 in a row.
5 in a row, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that is 5 weeks in a row that Matt Cody has gone over 100, and that's a pretty impressive accomplishment.
2nd and 10 for the Blue Bombers at the 35. Austin under the cover. Missed the target. It was Blaze Bryant, but be in the Grey Cup game against the Western champ. The Argos stand in the way, and so too do the Montreal Alouettes as things stand right now. Tiger Cats were impressive in the opening quarter. Things haven't gone quite as well since then, but they're hanging on to the lead by 7 points right now. Sam Rogers falls, gets up, maybe has 1 yard.
You know, there's something interesting for Hamilton and their offense and what they could see come playoff time. And we'll get to that right after this play.
Cavillo's shotgun, where he's been all night. What an incredible catch by Jason Phillips. That could be the game breaker there.
Well, I mean, you talk about good hands. I mean, Cavillo lays this out perfectly. The safety can't get over to help out Greg Frears. He just hasn't been able to get it done tonight. His lateral movement hasn't been there, and Phillips with the great fingertip catch.
Cavillo put that one right on the money for Jason Phillips. Couldn't get it there that time. Matt Cody, but there was heat.
You know, John, the point I wanted to make a few moments ago was you look at Hamilton's offense, and, you know, they haven't functioned too badly tonight on an awful bad weather. They might not have to worry about bad weather come playoff time.
But then there's the Grey Cup if they get by those 2 indoor games, and that'll be right here. And it won't be nice November 24th. Here's Cavillo with a great run to the 25. He's run the ball.
Some things help them out a little bit playing indoors. I don't know if you're going to see it. Earl Winfield throws a pretty good block coming up right there. He knocked some of Katie Williams down, and that gave Cavillo an extra 5.
Winfield has not made a reception so far tonight. Had a earned his check with that block there. First down, Tiger Cats outside the 25. Cavill plucked to Winfield. Tight coverage from Damian Lyons. The fans want a penalty, but no flag that I can see.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, at some point, the officials have to let these guys play, and when you're in bump and run, you're going to have some contact, and I think this was a good job by Lyons. I mean, Winfield, he doesn't have position. He doesn't have him beat. Maybe a little grab there, but I don't think that warranted. I thought that was just solid coverage.
Second down, 10 to go for Cavill and the Tiger Cats, leading 22-15 into the final 6 minutes now. Cavill at the Bomber 21. Escaped the first rush, fired into the turf for Jason Phillips. No problem. Osbaldiston will come in.
And hasn't this been the situation over the last month for the Ticats? A dramatic win over Ottawa for Ozzie, and tonight he's 5 of 6.
Won the last game over Saskatchewan.
You bet. He's getting a lot of opportunities.
Mike Kerrigan, back from another retirement. He came in and helped the Tiger Cats to a victory. Gets this one down. And Ozzie has another one.
Ozzie's good from 30.
He missed.
You may not get a great angle in here, but watch that. I mean, that timing is perfect. And consider it's cold, it's wet. And Kerrigan has only done this. This has been his only job, and he did it very well. Don't think Osbaldiston doesn't know it.
So the Bombers down by 10 points again. Austin at the controls. Blaze Bryant gets the call. Ticats have not been giving up big plays along the ground tonight. It's been tough slugging all evening long for the Bombers running the ball.
Well, they've never really made a wholehearted attempt to try and establish the run. I mean, their game plan early was to try and throw against Hamilton, contrary to what we thought they would try and do. But, they've never really tried to grind away and establish it. They've just run sporadically, and it hasn't been consistent at all.
And no big games. Again, just a couple here, 2nd and 8.
Well, I mean, that tells the story. I mean, on the season, they don't do a lot of it, but tonight's been unbelievably low.
Austin near side has Basinger. And he's taken out. Gary Lewis, 17. He's short of the first down.
Pretty good footwork by Gary Lewis to just stay in his shuffle there and not allow Freeman Basinger, who's a great kick returner in his own right, to get any position. Gary Lewis, we talked about the guys that have come back into the lineup. Gary Lewis, I mean, had great position to make sure he didn't pick up the first down. You look at Brett Young on the other side at halfback, and all of a sudden you've got two pretty physical halfbacks. I know Brett Young is for sure. He's always been one of the tougher halfbacks in the league.
Ticats lead it by 10. Bombers into a punting situation. Bob Cameron inside his 30. Low snap. The charge wasn't on, so Cameron's able to get it away. Earl Winfield draws a flag. Out to 30 after 2. They still trail by 10. But mistakes is really what has enabled Hamilton to have the lead and what enabled Winnipeg to get it close again. LBO on first down, look for Matt Cody. Coverage too tight by Gerald Vaughn. There's a marker down.
Yeah, I mean, he came up pointing as soon as he hit the ground, and the referee had the flag out of the hip before he even started pointing.
Illegal interference against Winnipeg.
What Cal Murphy is saying right now.
Forward pass interference. Winnipeg, number 13. First down, Hamilton.
Pass interference against the Bombers. That's a first down for the Cats.
16th penalty against the Blue Bombers. 155 yards in total. second.
Well, those two have had a pretty good battle here in the fourth quarter, and Damian Lyons 2 for 2 on coverage there.
Earl doesn't get shut down very often. 84 career touchdowns, Hamilton's all-time leader in that department. With an opportunity before this season is over to pass Rocky DiPietro for the all-time yardage lead in Hamilton history. Time is running out, there are only a couple of games to go. Calvillo escapes. Not for long. He's tracked down by Scribner.
Calvillo brought down.
And by K.D. Williams.
Scribner and Williams on the stop.
And you kind of hold your breath with Calvillo when he stays down just a little bit longer. I mean, they've had, you know, such problems, and as he sprints to the outside, you're going to see some pretty good pursuit by Colin Scribner, and then K.D. Williams will take away the outside, so Calvillo has no chance to get loose. But he, you know, after the sack was made, he stayed down just a little bit longer than normal, and I'm sure Don Southern's heart was in his throat with all the problems they've had at quarterback this year.
Had a chance at a touchdown, but he actually set one up earlier, Colin Scribner. Out from behind at about the 9-yard line. Bombers did go in to score after he intercepted a Tiger Cat pass. Ozzie booms one. Could be a big single point. Bombers decide not to give it up. Gulliford working his way out of the end zone. He's up to the 10-yard line.
Ozzie's punt. Taken by Gulliford.
That leaves his right. Bombers are down by 10, beginning at the 10-yard line. Austin at the controls into the final 3 minutes. Myron Wise makes the catch.
Wise on the reception for the Bombers.
He came back, didn't he?
He came back to the football that time, so the little berating that Austin gave him worked. He filed that one away and worked back to the quarterback and made the catch.
And enough for the first down. Near the 25. Austin swings it out to Blaze Bryant. Bryant comes up a little shy, trying to turn the corner. Gerhardt, number 45, forcing him out. Cal Murphy needs a touchdown and a field goal for a tie with 2:16 to go. Win for the Tiger Cats evens the Hamilton record at 8-8. Near side, off target, Boyko.
Austin's pass is in.
Covered by Derek Greer. Ken seems a little upset.
2 yards to go.
Well, he can't believe on third down they're not going to gamble. I mean, you know, Ken is a beauty. He's never hidden his emotions or his feelings during a game, and right now he's indicating that, you know, if he was coaching, which he kind of likes to do a lot, he would be gambling on third down, not sending in Bob Cameron there. He's pleading his case.
It's a long yard, and that would definitely be the ball game if the Bombers missed it.
Cal said, "Get away from me, I'm the coach."
Has been for a few seasons there. 14th year for Murphy in Winnipeg. A one-hopper to Cameron, but there was no charge on. Rogers will catch it and draw the flag.
Cameron's punt taken by Sam Rogers. Flags on the play.
They need to read the rule book. 4 yards on the return, 34 yards on the punt, and one more penalty against the Bombers. Gord Miller, Glenn Suter.
No yards against the Blue Bombers.
Staying at the Hotel Saskatchewan tonight. 2:02 remaining. Ticats can put this one away now with a first down. Set up the Winnipeg 50-yard line. They're almost in Aussie range right now. Mike Saunders picks his way through from 6 yards, maybe even 7.
Face mask, Winnipeg, number 91. First down,
Angelo had a hold of Dave Hack's mask.
Well, they did, and here there are two of them. They're kind of having a good dance here, and watch how this thing unfolds at the end. He's got Hack's face mask, and you know that's pretty dangerous. You can really hurt somebody's neck permanently. And you know Snipes is a little frustrated. Obviously, he's probably been held a bunch tonight. That goes with the territory when you lead the league in sacks. But that's not too cool to do that.
Snipes had his 15th sack of the season earlier tonight to move into a 2-sack lead on his nearest competitor. Ticats have another first down. Saunders maybe close to another one. Should be. He's down to the 20-yard line.
Allen on the stop.
Steady downpour in Hamilton since well before the pregame here tonight. And it continues. Absolutely amazing. Amazing that there were 17,000 hearty souls here. Cavillo himself, and it might be time to surrender. Anthony. Total yards generated by Cavillo tonight will be rather impressive. He has rushed for 68 yards on 6 carries. Very selective runner for Hamilton tonight. And passed for 277. Want to total that up for me quickly?
345.
There you go. Math major Otterbein. How was homecoming last week?
Homecoming was terrific. I was down there on Saturday. The football team didn't play too well, but
well, that's par for the course.
Yeah.
Here's Saunders.
It's academic school.
Not like the days when you were there.
Oh,
with the record. I mean,
fun. Hadn't been down to Otterbein for 20 years in Columbus, Ohio.
I still remember you down there?
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Those Fighting Cardinals are quite a group, aren't they?
They had a good first half, and they kind of ran out of gas in the second. But I left halfway through the third quarter.
Okay. Just like when you used to play there.
Well, no, that's not very nice.
That wasn't very fair. Sorry. 2nd and goal to go. Tiger Cats at the Barber 5.
Well, you're always so mean to me.
I
don't understand.
I take that one back. That was unfair. Here's Mike Saunders over the top.
Mike Saunders, the ball carrier. Snipes on
I want to thank you for those fries.
You're welcome. Rick is a good man.
Remember, if you're in Hamilton, look for the fries truck that says Pat's Fries on the side, but Rick's inside selling the fries.
Well, that's kind of, they are. Well,
third down, and the Ticats look for a touchdown. Here, Cavillo won't get it. He's down to the 1-yard line.
The ball carrier.
That was a funny looking play. I'm not sure that